Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a personal finance book that contrasts the financial philosophies of two influential figures in Robert Kiyosaki's life: his biological father, Poor Dad, and his best friend's father, the Rich Dad. The Poor Dad was highly educated with a PhD, but struggled financially throughout his life. He believed in working hard, securing a good job, and climbing the corporate ladder. In contrast, the Rich Dad, who never finished 8th grade, built a significant fortune through entrepreneurship and smart investing. Kiyosaki learned that the mindset and financial habits of his Rich Dad, who prioritized financial independence, were key to achieving wealth. The book is structured around the lessons he learned from his Rich Dad, which challenge conventional wisdom about money and offer a new perspective on financial success. The rich don't work for money. In the first chapter, Kiyosaki introduces the fundamental lesson he learned from his Rich Dad. The rich don't work for money. This concept is a direct challenge to the traditional belief that the key to financial success is working hard to earn a steady paycheck. Kiyosaki's Poor Dad, who held a high-ranking position in education, believed in the conventional path to financial security: getting a good education, securing a stable job, and working hard for a regular salary. However, despite following this path, Poor Dad often found himself struggling financially, living paycheck to paycheck and constantly worrying about money. In contrast, Rich Dad, who had a far less formal education, saw money and work differently. He taught Kiyosaki that true wealth isn't about earning a high salary, but about making money work for you. Instead of laboring for a paycheck, the rich focus on building assets that generate passive income, money that comes in whether you work or not. These assets can include investments in real estate, stocks, bonds, or owning businesses. The rich use their income to acquire assets that, in turn, create more income, allowing them to build wealth over time. Kiyosaki shares a formative story from his childhood to illustrate this lesson. As a young boy, he worked for his Rich Dad in one of his businesses. Eager to earn more money, Kiyosaki asked for a raise. Instead of granting the request, Rich Dad used the opportunity to teach a valuable lesson. He refused the raise and encouraged Kiyosaki to think creatively about how he could make money on his own, rather than relying on a steady paycheck. This experience was eye-opening for Kiyosaki. It taught him that financial security doesn't come from working harder or earning more through a job, but from learning how to create wealth independently by identifying and seizing opportunities. Rich Dad explained that most people fall into what he calls the rat race, a cycle where they earn money, spend it on liabilities, cars, houses, and consumer goods, and then work even harder to pay off debts. This cycle keeps them trapped in financial insecurity, no matter how much they earn. The rich, on the other hand, focus on acquiring assets that generate income and increase in value over time. By doing so, they create a system where money works for them rather than the other way around. Kiyosaki emphasizes that this mindset shift, from working for money to making money work for you, is what separates the rich from the middle and working classes. It's not just about earning more. It's about using what you earn to build wealth that grows independently of your efforts. This lesson sets the foundation for the rest of the book, as Kiyosaki explores how financial education and smart investing are the keys to financial independence. Why teach financial literacy? In the second chapter, Kiyosaki delves into the importance of financial literacy, which he believes is crucial yet sorely lacking in traditional education systems. He argues that without financial education, even people with high incomes can end up struggling financially because they don't understand how to manage their money effectively. Financial literacy, according to Kiyosaki, is the cornerstone of building and maintaining wealth. The lesson begins with a critical distinction that Kiyosaki learned from his Rich Dad: the difference between assets and liabilities. This distinction is fundamental to financial literacy and understanding how money works. Kiyosaki defines an asset as something that puts money in your pocket, while a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. This definition is simple but profound, as it challenges common misconceptions about what constitutes an asset. For example, many people believe that their home is their most significant asset. However, Kiyosaki explains that if your home requires mortgage payments, maintenance costs, and taxes without generating any income, it is actually a liability. It costs money to own rather than making money for you. On the other hand, a rental property that generates monthly income is a true asset because it puts money in your pocket, even after covering expenses. This concept is central to Kiyosaki's financial philosophy. To become wealthy, one must focus on acquiring true assets, those that generate income. These might include rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, bonds, or a business that you own and control. The more assets you accumulate, the more income you generate, which can be reinvested to acquire more assets, creating a cycle of wealth building. Kiyosaki also critiques the traditional focus on earning more money through a job. He points out that many people, even those with high-paying jobs, often find themselves trapped in a cycle of financial dependency. As their income increases, so do their expenses, as they purchase more liabilities that drain their wealth. This cycle, earn more, spend more, keeps people in a perpetual state of financial instability. The key takeaway from this chapter is that financial literacy, understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, and knowing how to make money work for you, is essential for achieving financial independence. Kiyosaki argues that without this knowledge, it's easy to fall into the trap of working hard for money, only to find that money slipping away through poor financial decisions. He stresses that building wealth isn't just about earning more. It's about knowing how to manage and emphasize that financial literacy isn't something you learn in school. It's something you have to actively seek out and develop on your own. He encourages readers to educate themselves about money, invest in their financial education, and take control of their financial future. Mind your own business. In the third chapter, Kiyosaki introduces the concept of minding your own business. This lesson isn't about running a business in the traditional sense, but rather about focusing on building your own wealth, regardless of your job or career. Kiyosaki argues that while it's important to work hard at your job, it's even more crucial to devote time and energy to building and managing your own asset. Kiyosaki explains that many people confuse their profession with their business. For example, if you're a doctor, teaching, or engineering is your profession, but your real business should be focused on acquiring and growing your assets. Your profession pays the bills, but your business is what builds wealth. The idea is to keep your profession to generate income, but focus on your business, your investments and assets, create lasting financial security. He advises that even if you have a full-time job, you should be constantly looking for ways to acquire and manage assets that generate income. This might include investing in real estate, purchasing stocks and bonds, or starting a side business. The goal is to create multiple streams of income that can eventually replace your salary and provide financial security, independent of your job. Kiyosaki shares that his rich dad taught him to always keep an eye on his asset column, ensuring that it's growing over time. The asset column includes anything that generates income, such as rental properties, businesses, or investments in the stock market. By consistently adding to his asset column, Rich Dad ensured that his wealth continued to grow, even when he wasn't actively working. One of the critical points in this chapter is the importance of maintaining financial discipline. Kiyosaki warns against spending all of your income on liabilities, things that cost money but don't generate any. He uses the example of a luxury car. While it might be tempting to buy a new car as soon as you can afford the payments, Kiyosaki suggests instead investing that money in assets that will generate more income. Once your assets are producing enough income to cover the cost of the car without touching your primary income, only then should you consider purchasing it. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the importance of reinvesting the income generated from your assets back into your asset column. This creates a compounding effect, where your assets generate more income, which is then used to acquire more assets, and so on. Over time, this strategy can lead to significant wealth accumulation. The overarching message of this chapter is that true financial security and independence come from owning and controlling assets that generate income. Your job may provide a steady paycheck, but it's your business, your investments and assets that will create lasting wealth. The history of taxes and the power of corporation. In Chapter 4, Kiyosaki explores the history of taxes and how the wealthy have learned to leverage corporations to protect and grow their wealth. The lesson begins with an important observation. taxes, which were initially introduced to tax the rich, have over time shifted the burden to the middle class. This shift happened because the rich, armed with financial knowledge and the right advisors, found ways to minimize their tax liabilities legally, while the middle class, largely uninformed about the intricacies of tax laws, ended up paying more. Kiyosaki explains that the rich use corporations as a tool to shelter their wealth from taxes. A corporation, in legal terms, is a separate entity from the individuals who own it. This distinction provides several benefits, particularly when it comes to taxes. The key advantage is that corporations are taxed differently from individuals. For example, a corporation can earn income, spend money on business expenses, and only then pay taxes on what is left. This is in stark contrast to how taxes work for employees, who earn income, pay taxes on the full amount, and then spend what's left. Kiyosaki emphasizes that this difference allows the wealthy to control more of their money. By using corporations, the rich can pay for a variety of expenses, travel, entertainment, and even healthcare, through their business before taxes are calculated, thereby reducing their taxable income. In contrast, an employee must pay for these same expenses with after-tax dollars, which is far less efficient. To illustrate this point, Kiyosaki explains how his rich dad structured his businesses to take full advantage of the tax code. By doing so, Rich Dad was able to legally minimize his tax burden and reinvest more of his profits back into his businesses and other income-generating assets. This reinvestment allowed his wealth to grow exponentially over time, creating a cycle of wealth accumulation that was largely shielded from the heavy tax burdens that ordinary wage earners face. Another key point Kiyosaki makes is that the tax laws are written by and for the rich. Wealthy individuals and corporations often have significant influence over tax legislation, which is why the tax code tends to favor those who understand how to use it to their advantage. This is not to say that the system is rigged, but rather that it rewards financial education and strategic planning. Kiyosaki encourages readers to learn about the tax benefits available to businesses and to consider setting up their own corporations as a way to protect their assets and reduce their tax liability. He stresses that this isn't about avoiding taxes unlawfully, but about being smart with how you manage your finances. By understanding and using the tax code to your advantage, you can keep more of your earnings and grow your wealth more efficiently. Call to action. Educate yourself about how taxes work and explore how you can structure your finances to minimize your tax burden legally. Kiyosaki believes that by thinking like the rich and using the tools available to them, anyone can improve their financial situation and build lasting wealth. Chapter 5, Lesson 5, The Rich Invent Money. In Chapter 5, Kiyosaki delves into the concept of inventing money, which refers to the idea that the rich create wealth through creativity, innovation, and financial intelligence, rather than relying solely on traditional means of earning money. This lesson is about thinking outside the box and using your knowledge and creativity to capitalize on opportunities that others might overlook. Kiyosaki explains that most people are trained to follow a linear path: go to school, get a job, work hard, and save money. However, the rich understand that this path limits your financial potential because it relies heavily on physical labor and time, both of which are finite resources. Instead, the rich focus on creating and seizing opportunities that can generate wealth without directly trading time for money. One of the key concepts Kiyosaki discusses in this chapter is financial intelligence, which he defines as the ability to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Financial intelligence involves a deep understanding of how money works, including how to manage risk, how to invest, and how to leverage financial tools like debt and corporations. With financial intelligence, you can invent money by creating value where others see none. Kiyosaki provides several examples to illustrate this point. One story involves his rich dad, who would often buy undervalued properties, improve them, and then sell them at a profit. This wasn't just about buying low and selling high. It was about seeing potential where others saw a rundown building. Rich Dad used his financial intelligence to identify opportunities that the average person would overlook, thereby creating wealth out of seemingly thin air. Another example Kiyosaki shares is his own experience with starting a nylon and Velcro wallet business during the 1970s. He and his friends recognized a growing trend in sports and fashion, and they capitalized on it by creating a product that appealed to the market. This venture was risky and required creativity, but it also had the potential for significant financial rewards, which is exactly what happened. This story illustrates how inventing money often involves taking calculated risks and being willing to act is made in the mind before it is made in reality. The rich are able to create wealth because they are constantly looking for and acting on opportunities that others ignore. They don't wait for wealth to come to them. They go out and create it. This mindset of innovation and proactivity is what allows the rich to build and sustain their wealth over time. The key takeaway from this chapter is that anyone can invent money by developing their financial intelligence and using their creativity to identify and act on opportunities. Kiyosaki encourages readers to think beyond traditional methods of earning money and to consider how they can use their knowledge and skills to create new streams of income. Chapter 6, Lesson 6, Work to Learn. Don't work for money. In Chapter 6, Kiyosaki emphasizes the value of working to learn rather than working for money. He argues that too many people focus on earning a paycheck without considering how the job is helping them develop the skills and knowledge necessary for long-term financial independence. Kiyosaki believes that the primary purpose of work should be to acquire the skills and experience that will allow you to build your wealth over time. Kiyosaki begins by sharing his own career path, which was influenced by his rich dad's advice to work to learn, not for money. Throughout his life, Kiyosaki took on jobs that allowed him to develop a diverse skill set, even if they didn't pay well. For example, he worked in sales, which taught him how to communicate effectively and persuade others, skills that have been invaluable in his business and investing endeavors. He also worked in the Marine Corps, where he learned discipline and leadership, and later in Xerox, where he honed his sales skills even further. The lesson here is that the skills you acquire are far more valuable than the paycheck you earn in any given job. Kiyosaki suggests that instead of chasing higher salaries, individuals should seek out jobs or opportunities that offer valuable learning experiences. These might include learning about accounting, marketing, investing, or leadership, skills that will serve you well in any business or investment venture. Kiyosaki also discusses the importance of gaining a broad understanding of how different aspects of business work. He advises against becoming too specialized in one area because it can limit your opportunities. Instead, he encourages people to develop a wide range of skills that can be applied in various contexts. For example, understanding how to read financial statements, negotiate deals, or manage people are all skills that are valuable in many different industries. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of seeking out mentors who can guide you and help you develop your financial intelligence. He suggests finding people who are successful in the areas you want to learn about and asking them for advice or mentorship. This can accelerate your learning and help you avoid common pitfalls. Kiyosaki also warns against the trap of staying in a job solely for the money. He argues that this mindset keeps people stuck in the rat race, where they are dependent on their job for income and never develop the skills or assets needed to achieve financial independence. Instead, he encourages readers to view their job as a stepping stone to greater opportunities, not as the end goal. The chapter concludes with the idea that working to learn, rather than just to earn, is a long-term investment in your future. By acquiring a diverse set of skills and experiences, you position yourself to take advantage of opportunities when they arise and to create wealth on your own terms. Kiyosaki's message is clear. Focus on building your financial intelligence and skill set, and the money will follow. Chapter 7. Overcoming Obstacles. In Chapter 7, Kiyosaki discusses the various obstacles that prevent most people from achieving financial success, even when they have the necessary knowledge. He identifies 5 main obstacles: fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance. These barriers often stand between individuals and their financial goals, and Kiyosaki provides insights on how to recognize and overcome them. Fear. One of the most common obstacles is the fear of losing money. This fear is natural and experienced by everyone, but it often prevents people from taking the necessary risks to grow their wealth. Kiyosaki emphasizes that the fear of losing money is the #1 reason why people don't achieve financial success. Many people prefer the security of a steady paycheck over the uncertainty of investing or starting a business. The key to overcoming this obstacle is not to eliminate fear, but to learn how to manage it. Kiyosaki suggests starting small and gradually building up your risk tolerance. For example, you might begin by investing a small amount in the stock market or buying a piece of real estate. As you gain experience and confidence, you can take on larger risks. Kiyosaki also advises embracing failure as a learning opportunity rather than a setback. Cynicism, or the tendency to focus on potential negatives rather than possibilities, can lead to missed opportunities. Cynical people often talk themselves out of taking action because they are overly concerned with what could go wrong. This mindset can prevent you from seeing the opportunities that exist, countering cynicism with facts and research. When you're presented with an opportunity, instead of immediately dismissing it, take the time to investigate and gather information. By educating yourself, you can make informed decisions and reduce the influence of negative thinking. Kiyosaki encourages a mindset of curiosity and openness, where you look for possibilities rather than problems. Laziness. Laziness is another major obstacle to financial success, but it often disguises itself as busyness. People keep themselves occupied with tasks and responsibilities to avoid facing their financial problems. This form of laziness is dangerous because it prevents you from taking the necessary actions to improve your financial situation. The way to overcome this obstacle is to set clear financial goals and prioritize tasks that move you closer to those goals. Kiyosaki advises focusing on what's truly important rather than getting caught up in busy work. For example, instead of spending time on trivial tasks, you might dedicate time to learning about investing or exploring new income opportunities. By setting goals and working towards them, you can break free from the trap of laziness. Bad habits. Poor financial habits, such as overspending and not saving, can sabotage your path to wealth. These habits are often ingrained from an early age and can be difficult to change. Kiyosaki highlights the importance of developing good financial habits, such as paying yourself first and investing regularly. Developing good habits. Paying yourself first means that you prioritize saving and investing a portion of your income before paying any other bills or expenses. This habit ensures that you are consistently building your wealth. Kiyosaki also advises automating your savings and investments to make it easier to stick to your goals. By developing and maintaining good financial habits, you can gradually build a solid financial foundation. Arrogance. Arrogance can be a significant obstacle because it prevents people from learning and growing. When you believe you already know everything, close yourself off to new ideas and opportunities. This mindset can keep you stuck in your current financial situation, unable to move forward. Kiyosaki encourages humility and a willingness to learn from others, especially those who are more successful. He suggests that readers remain open to new information, even if it challenges their existing beliefs. By staying humble and curious, you can continue to learn and grow, which is essential for financial success. By recognizing and addressing these obstacles, you can clear the path to financial independence and achieve your goals. Kiyosaki's message is that everyone faces challenges on their financial journey, but with the right mindset and strategies, these challenges can be overcome. In Chapter 8, Kiyosaki shifts focus to practical advice on how to begin your journey toward financial independence. He emphasizes the importance of taking action, even if you start small. The most important step is simply to begin, as waiting for the perfect moment often leads to inaction. Setting specific financial goals. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of setting clear, specific financial goals. Whether it's paying off debt, saving a certain amount of money, or starting to invest in real estate or stocks, having a clear goal gives you direction and motivation. He advises writing down your goals and creating a plan to achieve them. This might involve breaking down larger goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Once you have set your goals, it's essential to create a detailed plan to achieve them. This plan should include actionable steps, deadlines, and resources you need. For example, if your goal is to start investing in real estate, your plan might include researching the market, attending seminars, saving for a down payment, and finding a mentor. Taking action. Kiyosaki emphasizes that you don't need to be an expert to get started. What matters is that you take the first step and learn as you go. He encourages readers to start with small investments or side businesses that they can manage alongside their full-time job. The sooner you start, the more time you have to build your wealth. Kiyosaki believes that the best way to learn is by doing. By taking action, even on a small scale, you gain valuable experience and confidence. This hands-on approach helps you understand the nuances of investing and business, which you can't fully grasp through reading or classroom learning alone. Finding mentors and networking. Kiyosaki advises finding mentors who can guide you on your financial journey. A mentor can provide valuable insights, advice, and encouragement, helping you avoid common mistakes and accelerate your learning. He also suggests joining investment groups or networking with like-minded individuals who share your financial goals. Networking can open doors to opportunities and provide you with the support system you need to succeed. By surrounding yourself with people who are knowledgeable and motivated, you can learn from their experiences and stay motivated to achieve. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of continuously educating yourself about money and investing. The financial world is constantly changing, and staying informed is crucial for making smart decisions. He recommends reading books, attending seminars, and following successful investors to keep up with the latest trends and strategy. In addition to traditional learning methods, Kiyosaki encourages investing in your financial education through courses, workshops, and other resources. He believes that the more you learn, the better equipped you are to navigate the complexities of the financial world. The chapter's central message is that the journey to financial independence begins with a single step. By setting goals, taking action, and continuously learning, you can build the knowledge and skills needed to achieve financial success. Kiyosaki's advice is to start now, no matter where you are, to keep moving forward, learning and growing along the way. Chapter 9. Still want more? Here are some to-dos. In the final chapter, Kiyosaki offers additional advice for those who are serious about building wealth. He provides a list of practical steps that readers can take to continue their financial education and start building their asset column. These steps are designed to help you take control of your financial future by continuously learning and taking action. Start a part-time business. Kiyosaki suggests starting a part-time business as a way to generate additional income and gain valuable experience. This business doesn't have to be large or time-consuming, but it should provide a new stream of income and teach you important skills like sales, marketing, and management. For example, you might start a small online store, offer freelance services, or invest in a rental property. Invest in real estate. Kiyosaki believes that real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth. Real estate investments can provide steady cash flow, appreciate over time, and offer tax advantages. He advises readers to educate themselves about the real estate market and consider purchasing rental properties or investing in real estate funds. Even a small investment in real estate can yield significant returns over time. Learn about stocks and bonds. In addition to real estate, Kiyosaki recommends learning about the stock market and investing in stocks and bonds. These investments offer another way to grow your wealth and diversify your income streams. He suggests starting with a small investment and gradually increasing it as you gain confidence and knowledge. Understanding the basics of the stock market, such as how to read financial statements and analyze companies, is essential for making informed investment decisions. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of continuing your financial education by reading books, attending seminars, and learning from successful investors. He believes that the more you know, the better equipped you are to navigate the financial world and make smart decisions. He recommends books on investing, personal finance, and entrepreneurship, as well as attending workshops and networking events to stay updated on the latest trends and strategies. Set long-term goals. Kiyosaki advises setting long-term financial goals that will guide your investment and business decision. These goals should be specific, measurable, and aligned with your vision of financial independence. For example, you might set a goal to retire by a certain age, build a certain amount of passive income, or achieve a specific net worth. Long-term goals give you direction and motivation to keep working towards your financial objective. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Finally, Kiyosaki stresses the importance of surrounding yourself with people who share your financial goals and values. This might include mentors, peers, or members of investment groups. By building a support network, you can learn from others, share ideas, and stay motivated. Being around like-minded individuals can also help you stay focused and committed to your financial journey. This chapter encourages readers to take control of their financial future by continuously learning and taking action. Kiyosaki's message is that financial success is a journey, not a destination, and that by following these practical steps, you can build lasting wealth and achieve financial independence. Final thoughts. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a powerful book that challenges traditional thinking about money and financial success. Robert Kiyosaki's lessons emphasize the importance of financial education, asset building, and a mindset shift from working for money to making money work for you. Through the contrasting philosophies of his two father figures, his poor dad and his rich dad, Kiyosaki illustrates the different paths that lead to financial struggle versus financial independence. The book's core message is that financial success is not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep and how hard it works for you. Kiyosaki encourages readers to invest in their financial education, focus on building assets rather than simply earning a paycheck, and to adopt a proactive approach to managing the mindset of his rich dad. Readers can achieve financial independence and break free from the cycle of earning and spending that traps so many people. Kiyosaki's lessons are not just about money. They are about empowerment and taking control of your financial future. The book encourages proactive learning, smart investing, and the pursuit of financial knowledge as the keys to building lasting wealth. Kiyosaki concludes that financial freedom is achievable for anyone willing to learn, take risks, and make smart financial decisions. Principles outlined in Rich Dad, Poor Dad provide a roadmap for building wealth and achieving financial independence, no matter where you start. Key is to begin now, continuously educate yourself, and never stop working towards your financial goals. Did you like this summary? Click the like button now to support our channel, and click subscribe if you want to get notified each time we post a new book summary. You can also download our free app and enjoy thousands of other book and audiobook summaries. Go to quickread.com/app and download our free app today.